when you get home, like when you get back to the hotel, you're gonna sleep in the couch. I don't want you in the room with me, like yada yada yada. And basically, my mom told me that my cousin told her that he doesn't plan on marrying her, and he honestly doesn't see a future with her. But the reason that he decides to stay with her is because it's a habit. I was like, oh, and apparently my mom told me, apparently, allegedly, my cousin cheats on L. I'm like, excuse me. I'm like, what? And I'm like, why don't, like, I know people say like, oh well, it's none of our business, and we have no right to tell people, like, we shouldn't butt into the relationship. I'm like, you're telling me they've been together for 8 years and he's been cheating on her, and you don't think it's a good idea to let this girl know? Like, I met his girlfriend. I met Elle. I really like her, but his family, like my cousin and like my aunts and my uncles, they do not like her at all. Like at all, they think she's super disrespectful, and like I don't know her like that. Like I've only seen her like a couple of times, but we got along. And so, but yeah, he says that he doesn't see her, like he doesn't see himself marrying her or anything like that. And I was like, oh. I'm like, you should break up. I'm like, cause this girl sees a future with him. She wants kids with him. And I'm like, she's wasting all this time being with the person she doesn't even, like a person who doesn't even want her. Like, why is, I don't know. And apparently oh my god, this is slightly off topic, but this one's kind of related. So my mom works with my uncle in landscaping, right? So during the pandemic, my uncle hired my mom to work in landscaping, like cleaning gardens and like lawns and everything like that, trees, like chopping them down, whatever. And so my uncle doesn't speak English that well, but my mom does. So my mom goes and helps him do like estimates. Hold on, sorry. I don't know if you guys okay. So I'm recording on my computer, and photo booth, which is what I'm recording on, does like these emojis. Like sometimes you do like a thumbs up or like a this, and then like balloons come out. I don't know if you could see. Anyways, if you guys saw that, I'm sorry. But anyways, so my mom helps him do like estimates, like to go to people's houses, and they're like, okay, you know what? If you want this, it's gonna cost this. And then the person who like finishes it, like who confirms everything, is my cousin M. But basically, one day, my other cousin receives a phone call because she also helps with the business. She receives a phone call from one of the clients, and she passes the phone to my uncle, and my uncle's like, what do you mean? Like apparently the client was like, yeah, I was talking to M, and he was saying that it would be this much money, and we had to pay it like this day, and blah blah blah. And my uncle was like, that's really weird, because I thought we agreed that we weren't gonna like continue with our plans, you know. So then he talks to M, and he's like, so what's going on here? Because I thought we had agreed that the client wasn't gonna move further with us. Turns out M, my cousin, was stealing my uncle's clients from him, and he started his own landscaping business, like company, with L, his girlfriend. I was like, it really is your own family sometimes. When my mom told me this, I was gobsmacked. I'm like, what do you mean his own son is stealing clients from his father? I'm like, that's insane. Like, guys, sometimes it really be the ones closest to you. Crazy. And my mom was also telling me that. So my other cousin, we'll call her I. So I has a boyfriend. We'll call him Y. I and Y have been together, I don't know how long actually, but they're engaged. They got engaged, from what I know at least. They got engaged, I want to say last year. I'm so sorry about the background noise. So they got engaged last year, and but something about my cousin I is that she's very independent, and you know, she's very, you know, and I'm like that. But I don't know. So basically, why he is such a sweet, like he's such a sweet man, like he's the sweetest, he's like the nicest personality, he's funny, he's shy, you know, he's not one to cause big deals, like when they were in the pool, she was telling me this. Y had mentioned I's name, and I was like, what the heck? She's like, come here. Exactly, like super aggressive to him. And then she was like yelling at him, like she's like, why are you talking about me? Like, why are you using my name and talking to other people? And I feel so bad because apparently my mom was telling me that he endures a lot of bad treatment from my cousin, and that makes me feel so bad because I'm somebody who's all about like being independent, right? Like I consider myself like very independent, you know, I cook for myself, I do my laundry, yada yada yada. But I feel like it's one thing to be independent, and then there's one thing to be like putting people down and treating others with no respect. You know what I mean? Like the way she talks to him is so rude and so mean, but because of the way that he is, he doesn't say anything. You know what I mean? And it makes me feel super bad for him because it's like, you know, like there's so much you can put up with. Like he was drunk, and he told my mom that like he's like, you know, I love but I'm so tired of being treated this way, you know, because it's like, and my aunt and my uncle, they don't see what's wrong with the way that she treats him. If anything, my aunt is always like, oh, you know, she's a strong one in the relationships, you know, she's a dominant, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm all for that, but there's a limit, you know. I'm like, just because there's no excuse to the way she treats him, and so I'm like, you know, that's not good. The way that she talks to him and the way that she speaks to him is not good. And so he's like, you know, I love her, but I'm getting tired. I'm reaching a breaking point, and I don't know how I'm supposed to be in a relationship with somebody who treats me this badly, or who just doesn't treat me with respect, or doesn't speak to me in a polite way. You know what I mean? I'm just like, damn. I mean, he's talking the truth. You know, I wouldn't want to stay with somebody who treats me that way, who obviously looks at me like I'm inferior to them. You know, in a relationship, it should be equal. You know what I mean? It should be an equal relationship. And of course, equal can look different too. And like, it looks different in every relationship, but like the way that things are going with them, it's like, I don't know. And what else happened? Oh, so when I got sidetracked a little. Apologies. So when my mom and my cousin got back from the bar to the hotel, Elle locked the door to their hotel room because like they got like actually it wasn't even a hotel, it was a cabin. So when he was like going into like the room that they had, she had locked it. I was like, and he was like, open the door, open the door. He was getting mad, and my mom was trying to like be silly so she can like lighten the mood, you know what I mean? Like she was like, when Elle finally opened the door, she's like, oh my god, Elle, why would you lock it? Like, you're so silly. She's like Jazz, I had to do something to make sure that they did not like start a fight, because she's like, I just can't. So like that diffused, but it's like a whole thing. Like that side of my family, it's my mom's side of the family, sometimes it gets pretty chaotic. You know what I mean? Like it can get pretty chaotic, and like I don't know. And also apparently, and my cousin has been speaking really bad. Well, not speaking really bad, but the way that he speaks to my uncle is like, you know what I mean? So my first language is Spanish, right? So all my family were Mexicans, and so everybody in my family speaks Spanish. And so for people who don't speak Spanish, the way you talk to an elder is different than the way you talk to, you know, like somebody your age. So we use like language like usted, you know, which is different than like tú, right? And so, but apparently the way he talks to my uncle, like he calls him bro, dude, and he sometimes my mom told me that he'll be like, oh yeah, way, which is like way is something like it's kind of something you use with like a friend, or you know what I mean, like a compadre, you know. But like apparently he says it to his dad, and I'm like, whoa, because me and my parents, we don't speak like usted, because usted is very formal, and I only do that with my grandparents, or maybe some elder family, or people I don't know, you know. But I don't do that with my parents. But like calling my parents dude, bro, usted, or like, you know, much like that. No, that doesn't. No, I feel like that's really disrespectful. But apparently he does that. And I don't know what else happened. I don't think much happened actually. Yeah, besides from that happened. But it was like a whole debacle. When my mom came in, she told me that I was like, it's a lot. I feel like I'm missing a couple things, but I don't think so. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff with my cousin. Because when my mom told me about the landscaping thing, I was like, there's no way. Like, out of all the business routes you could take, you could choose one that your father is going through. It's like your father owns like a landscaping company, and then you steal his clients. I'm sorry, but that's really fucked up. That's so fucked up. I'm coming crazy. And apparently he says that it was his girlfriend's idea. And you know, like my mom and my aunt and my uncle, they blamed the girlfriend. But I was like, guys, let's back up for a second. You guys don't like her. You guys know how she is. You guys should not be surprised by this behavior, right? If anything, you should be more upset with your son, because they keep saying that stupid emoji popped up again. You guys keep saying that it's her fault because the business is under her name. But really, like, if you really think about it, it's also, I feel like M is more at fault here. You know what I mean? I feel like it's hard to say, but I feel like he's more at fault, because you know this company is so important to your father, and yet, let's say he got persuaded by his girlfriend. You let your girlfriend persuade you into this when your loyalty. Okay, now I'm getting into like bad. I'm really bad at explaining myself, but I feel like if anything, my aunt and my uncle should be more mad at their son, my cousin, than they are at their girlfriend, because the girlfriend, let's be honest here, they're eventually gonna break up. She has no real connection, no real emotional connection to my aunt and my uncle, and they don't put her at this high pedestal, and they don't hold her to these great expectations. But my cousin, like, I feel like that's the ultimate betrayal. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I'm making sense, but yeah. But also when I found out that he was cheating on her, and apparently multiple times, and apparently my aunt and my uncle let it happen because he does it in their house. Cops, of course, this is all a